Hi, I'm producing this video for you to explain exactly how I have dealt with my latest police encounter and the reasons why I do it. It's all to do with this legal name scam as far as I'm concerned. So in other words, we have the other side, which is the illusion. I call it the illusion. It's not real, right? This is the legal system, or the matrix, or whatever you want to call it. So I cannot recognise anybody that works for the matrix, or for the Crown, if you like. This is the Crown Corporation we're dealing with. And this is where the scam comes in with the legal name. Of course, you probably know all about the birth certificate being a supposed contract with the Crown, or the state, if you like. But nothing could be further than the truth, of course, because the birth certificate is fraud from its very inception. So, having got all that down, and as you know, the name on the birth certificate is basically a corporation, which is only for trading within the system of corporations. So this is why they must get ID off you to actually make you legally dead, if you like, as a corporation, to be able to do business. Because most of the business, as I call it, is a banking transaction. That's all it is. It's all to do with the fiat currency, money, which is all to do with the enslavement of you. So you will comply and pay your way through this national or international bankruptcy, which is not your fault, nothing to do with you anyway. So by not having any recognition of the name as being anything real or anything to do with myself, that simply makes it none of my business. That's the easiest way to look at it. Even though you've got to go through this process time and time again, because they will not record it. They will record it to a certain extent, but they will keep trying to get you to contract, trying to get you to believe in them as being something real, something that concerns you, simply because you have a legal name, and that is your ticket and your consent into the slavery system, of course. And as you're probably aware, it's all contract. Commerce is contract. This is the way business is done. So, I mean, you go into a contract for a myriad of things, and you all, in most cases, if you think about it, what do you register? Everything you register for gives you access to a benefit from the system or the state, but you must be a dead corporation to receive the benefit. And this is where they've got you wound up in the registration or permits, or whatever you want to call it, licenses, to be able to do business in the system. So going on from there, I'll carry on and give you a little bit of an insight of what happened with my last encounter. During the week previous, I usually travel back streets, keep away from the main drag, just because I don't want to be caught up with as much as possible. I might tell you that I'm one of the only ones in the town here where I live, and around the area that I know, that is actually doing this to this extent. So, you know, I'm an easy target, and but so be it. they'll get the same message every time they interact with me. And finally, you know, it'll get through and it'll be recorded, and they will eventually leave you alone, because it's a fruitless, a meaningless and profitless situation for them to get into. And I guess you're always aware too that the police do have a quota, and the quota is, of course, to gain points for their employment, and they get little bonuses, or they get dragged over the coals if they don't get the quota for the month or whatever. So there again, you know, you're going to get picked on, you're going to go through the process. And of course, as you know, it's all about ID. The first thing they'll ask you is for ID, and rightfully so. And you should do the same thing, because you need to establish that they are a corporation and you are in fact a living being or not. So by playing the game, to me it's a game of honour and dishonour. That's all it is. And you know, this also comes into it as far as survival. You know, you do these things because you've got to survive, but the thing is, as long as it's in here, they can't get at you. You know, this is where the whole thing is. It's more a spiritual, it's more a spiritual game, or more a spiritual war, if you like, against the dark side. Because if you're going to be on the light side, you must have that locked in. Who you are, what you're doing here, and to stay in honour with self is the most important thing, because this whole process of life is all about you. No one else but you. You have the only control over it. You only have the only way to create the life you want. So by going with someone else's rules or someone else's laws, as they're called, which they are not, you are in disorder. And believe me, karma will come back at you if you don't do the right thing. So it's a big game, but to know it is absolutely amazing. You can have so much confidence, no fear, and because you know they can't do anything to you. Maybe they can do a little bit of physical stuff and threaten you, but in the end, they've got to stick to the rules too. You cannot get away from the laws of the universe. Everybody's under that, cannot be changed. You cannot do anything with it. So they are bound by it too. So this is why I say to people, no need to get upset, no need to get angry, no need to resist even, you know. Go along, but say your piece. Because once the fraud is exposed, all contracts become null and void. So as I was saying, previous to that encounter the week before, the police had, I just come across an intersection on a back street. I was travelling through, and lo and behold, they were setting up a little breathalyser. I was the first one, luckily, with that particular one. So the copper pulled me over and said, "Oh, you know, would you mind blowing into the breathalyser?" I said, "No, it's fine," because I don't drink, so I've got no problem. Anyway, that was okay. We blew in it. He said, "Oh, you're good. Off you go." So away we went. No ID needed. Thank you very much. Anyway, a week later, again, they were setting up further down this back street, which for me was no way out, no way around it. I had to go past them. But this time they had a camera in operation. So for the moment I've been using regular unregistered number plates just to try and keep under the radar, which has been working fine for about 2 years or so, 3 years now. But anyway, I do have my own plates, which I'm making at the moment, which I'll show you shortly. Because each time you get pulled up, they will take the plates off you. you'll be accused of having fraudulent number plates or tags, whatever you want to call them.